a Republican. Let's say, however, that one time I voted in a Democrat Party primary, and because I did that one time in this one instance, that somehow allowed me magical powers to choose every single presidential candidate forever, for all time for Democrats. You would say that's kind of silly. Why would I let the other side pick our candidate? Why would I let the other side, our enemies, control our future? That's retarded. And to that, I would say, yeah, it is. It's really stupid. You should have more loyalty than that. You should have proven loyalties. And therefore, that's why I'm not picking Kamala Harris and AOC to run every single time for the rest of time for the Democrat Party. Maybe I'd pick Hillary Clinton. Like, who would I pick? Yeah, I'd pick the worst possible conceivable candidate, right? I'd probably pick Ilhan Omar. Yeah, it's truly, if you're looking for someone who's like the most loathsome, intolerably loathsome person to run ever for any office, you'd pick like Ilhan. You'd have Ilhan Omar run for the Democrat Party nominee the whole time. That's who I'd pick for the rest of my life, probably. This is so hateable. You'd probably win in 40 and 50 state landslides if you were to do that. But they don't let me do that because they're not stupid, but we are as a country. We let something called birthright citizenship happen, which is that if you're born in an American territory, you suddenly become an American. That's, of course, stupid. This is something that has been totally misinterpreted in order to manipulate the citizenry of the United States and the demographics of the United States to destroy us and to kill us. Suicidal. The Constitution is not a suicide pact. The original amendment that allowed for birthright citizenship was simply for the children of slaves. That was the way that it was intended. It was not intended to have the 9 billion people on Earth travel to a U.S. territory one time and all of them become Americans. Again, that's cultural suicide, and it's literally killing us. Like here, this new story. Chinese Americans accused of terrorism while were anchor babies for illegal parents. Wow, would you look at that? Chinese terrorists. That's a slightly new one, but here we go. Would-be asylum seekers had 2 children in the U.S. after getting a removal order, and now those 2 children are trying to kill us. A man and a woman who entered the United States illegally 3 decades ago. How long has this been going on? How stupid are we? How stupid is our nation? 3 decades ago, how long has this con been going on? Now, China has been playing this con for a long time against us. Our idiot policies. Arrested by the Department of Homeland Security after their children brought an explosive device to a military base, the Daily Wire can report. Qin Zhao and Jia Zhang illegally entered the United States in the 90s. They were detained and denied asylum, but they remained in the country for several decades because we're stupid and we don't even enforce these kind of things. The Daily Wire learned that they had 2 children that illegally resided in our country. Last week, the Department of Justice charged 27-year-old Anne Zhang, these are their children, with attempting to explode an IED at MacDill Air Force Base Visitor Center in Tampa, not too far from where we are recording this right now. She was arrested, as she returned to the United States from China, where authorities believe her brother still remains. DHS arrested the duo's parents on March 18th for illegal entry. They remain in ICE custody. They'd applied for asylum in 1993. Their application was denied. They're clearly terrorists sent here by the Communist Party of China. There you go. Goodness gracious. Jeez. Oh, where are you looking? Can't tell. Terrifying. The arrests come as the Supreme Court mulls Donald Trump's executive order banning birthright citizenship, automatically granting citizenship to children of illegals. Like, so they just, this just proves how crazy it is. So her parents come here illegally. Here's her parents. They come here illegally. They're denied asylum, which is actually kind of hard to do. You have to have such a weak case. You're denied asylum. Then you have kids. Those kids are paperwork Americans. They're not real Americans. They're just paperwork Americans. And then now they try and bomb us. The 2 U.S.-born children of these criminal Chinese communists were indicted for planting a deadly explosive device at MacDill Air Force Base. This incident underscores the severe national security threat that illegal immigrant and birthright citizenship poses to the United States. Wow. What a story. Should be the biggest story in the country.
The FBI indicting a brother and sister in connection with the placement of an explosive device at MacDill Air Force Base in Florida. The FBI says Alan Zhang, who is believed to have planted the device, is currently in China.
Oh.
The device did not detonate, but minutes after the device was planted, a 911 call reported that a bomb had been placed on the base. When that phone call came in, no location for that bomb was in fact given in that 911 call.
The device was found on the base 6 days later. Thankfully, no one was hurt. FBI Tampa also arresting the suspect's sister, and Mary Zhang, who is charged with accessory after.
Goodness gracious. Huge. DHS nabbed the duo's parents for illegal entry. They've been here since 1993. Two Chinese anchor babies just tried to bomb the United States. John Roberts would have you believe these terrorists are just as American as you and me. That's right. And Ketanji Brown Jackson would tell you that she's actually, that by murdering us, by trying to murder us, that makes them Americans. Just like it makes her Japanese when she pickpockets in Japan. She steals things in Japan. Incredible how the instinct was there for Ketanji Brown Jackson. Their parents were ordered deported. They overstayed at 28 years. And now their kids are paperwork Americans and terrorists. It's dangerous and stupid to grant automatic full citizenship to the children of illegals born. This is so timely, by the way. Birthright citizenship is a threat to our national security. Completely true. Yep. Amazing. So stupid. Insanity, says DHS. This attack attempted illustrates why improper recognition of birthright citizenship for children of illegal aliens is not only inconsistent with the Constitution, it endangers all Americans. Chinese anchor babies who wage war on behalf of China are just as American as George Washington. The Constitution says so. It's so stupid. 10% of U.S. births are all foreign anchor babies. The hour is later than you think. That's right. Goodness. 2 birthright citizenship born to illegal immigrants in China bomb a U.S. Air Force base on American soil. By the way, it's where they run CENTCOM out of. And that's critical. That this is the command center for the war currently right now in Iran. Whoever they were subject to the jurisdiction thereof, it wasn't the United States of America. That's right. The U.S. has a uniquely insane immigration policies for quite some time. Sure, it's just a coincidence that so many of these attacks are from foreigners or foreign-aligned people who hate America. Goodness. Used ChatGPT to help him flee. Look at that. Exciting. Jonathan Turley torching birthright citizenship here. This is like a relatively mild legal scholar. It is becoming the world's laughing stock. And ship of fools, China mocking us with hundreds of companies that exist solely to arrange for Chinese citizenship to give
birth in the United States. It's done in the open, and it's making us into a laughing stock. But it also has robbed us of control over what it means to be a citizen in this country. Yes. The day is not over for the government. It's still possible that they could win, but this was not a promising oral argument in that sense. So we have to look at where we go from here.
America is a serious country. Serious countries don't reward illegal immigration. Automatic birthright citizenship for children of illegal migrants reward illegal immigration. Donald Trump was at the hearing, birthright citizenship here. And yeah, it's pretty obvious that this is happening. Constantly, CBS News reported that Chinese parents traveling to the U.S. have anchor babies. They travel from China to Los Angeles so their baby could be born in America and have U.S. citizenship. And then they paid $27,000 to a Chinese agency with a website that advertises the advantage of giving birth in America. The agency helps arrange U.S. tourist visas, lodging, and medical care. They allow their parents. How much is having a baby is incredibly and prohibitively expensive in America. How much of this are we funding? So like if 10% of the babies are born here, like are these people don't even like pay? They just like going through on Medicaid or through emergency care and giving birth? Oh, it's insane. It's insane. The Hilltop home was converted into a maternity hotel that houses as many as 30 pregnant Chinese women at a time. We're not a real country, dude. We're not a serious country. She admits to running a birth tourism scheme in California, helping more than 500 pregnant foreigners give birth. There's 500 people to cancel out your votes, to get permanent welfare for life, to be able to come here anytime they want. U.S. territory turned it into a maternity ward that produced thousands of American babies. Yeah. Oh, man, it's so rotten. Gotta save our country from this evil. Birthright citizenship is evil, suicidal, civilizationally and culturally. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. And Birthright citizenship.